That's Tears for Fears, Lite Rock, 96.9 WFPG, 643. This is the Lite Rock Morning Show. We'll check in with Dan Zarrow and then get our entertainment news. And in just a moment or two, speak with John Tesh, the very tall Sunday morning host from Lite Rock. And if you remember years ago when he used to be on Entertainment Tonight, and he's up to all kinds of things, he's coming to Golden Nugget to play music on the 13th of May, and those tickets go on sale as of Friday, so we'll check in and see what he's up to. Dan Zarrow is in the Lite Rock Weather Center. We're getting some rain in spots here this morning, Dan.
Exactly right.
This is the Lite Rock Morning Show. Eddie Davis, 6:53, Walk the Moon. Here on Wednesday morning, some light rain for a time. You may be getting that right now. Then it'll be mostly cloudy and up to about 50. So not a bad stretch of weather. Colder for Thursday, but by the weekend it's going to be very, very mild. 42 on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. Well, look who we have here. Good morning to John Tesh. How you doing today, John?
Things are good. Thank you very much. How about with you guys?
Real well, real well. Of course, we consider you a big component of this radio station. You do our Sunday mornings with Intelligence for Your Life. We are on many radio stations doing that program across the country. But the reason we're talking today is you got a show. You're coming back to Atlantic City to play some music, huh?
We are, absolutely, yeah. Any chance we can get to come to Atlantic City. So we decided, what's the best way to do this? So I said, oh, yeah, we'll bring our instruments and do that. How about that? Yeah, we're very excited about it.
Yeah, at the Golden Nugget, the show is Saturday, May 13th. And I know you tour with accompaniment, and you also tour solo, so I assume this is with accompaniment.
It is, yeah. We're going to bring our big band, so we'll be able to do stuff from there's all the Sinatra songs that we do back from the 1940s and 1950s, and we'll also be doing some solo piano stuff. And it's a night of stories too, because I've pretty much had every crazy thing happen to me in my life.
Yeah.
From doing local news in New York City back in the days to working on the Olympics and Entertainment Tonight. So it's we get the audience really involved too. It's a fun night.
John Tesh here with me on the Lite Rock Morning Show, and you really have just about every aspect of the entertainment business. You've tried it, haven't you?
Tried it is kind of a good way to put it. yeah, it hasn't always turned out great, but I do still have the Olympic gymnast names bouncing around in my head somewhere from the Olympics from NBC. Svetlana Boginskaya, Tatiana Kutsu, Lavinia Milosevic, Hua Dong, and Lee Swak Long. This stuff never leaves. I sort of have an ADD. I do have an ADD sort of brain where everything seems interesting.
And it's probably, I don't know, 20 years since you did Entertainment Tonight. Is that about right? 25 years?
I think it's longer than that. I mean, I left. I can never do the math for this, but I left in '96. I was there from '86 to '96.
Okay, so it's over 20 years now. So there is a significant portion of the population that really doesn't even remember what a big deal you were on that show.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because we were just traveling this weekend, and we were in Riverside, California. We were doing this event, and there were people coming and saying, "Hey, I used to watch you on Entertainment Tonight," and I'm looking at them and going, from your crib? And they're like, yeah, I was like 4 years old. And my mom I said, you used to watch Entertainment Tonight when you're 4 years old? But I feel like I'm in sort of a time capsule because I was watching the Grammys, and every now and then when Entertainment Tonight will pop up, I'm like, what happened to everybody's clothes? What happened? Everybody lost their clothes.
Yeah, things have changed. And the entertainment TV business is an industry unto itself. Maybe it always was, but it's much more apparent now with the TMZs and the ETV. It's really something these days, isn't it?
You're really smart. You're absolutely right, because back in the day, we were the Entertainment Tonight. I didn't even know when they offered me the job. I was doing CBS Sports. I had never even heard of Entertainment Tonight. It was one of those things where people didn't even want to say they were watching it, right? They had closet watchers because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm watching a program just about entertainment. And back in the day, Walter Cronkite or Tom Brokaw, they would never do a piece on Michael Jackson. And now entertainment for them sometimes is a lead story.
That's right.
So it was a little safer back then, where people would come to us, Michael Douglas would come to us, whatever, and we would just do a nice little interview with him for 2 or 3 minutes. And now it's like, What do you have? Do you have bulimia?
Yeah, there has to be a scandal involved, or
The questions have changed.
Yeah, you don't make the cut anymore. John Tesh, he'll be at the Golden Nugget on Saturday, May 13th. He's bringing his big band in. Your primary instrument is the piano. Is that correct?
It is. I started. I grew up on Long Island, so I started playing trumpet and piano at the same time because my parents thought if they put me in a marching band, maybe I wouldn't get into any trouble. So I do still play the trumpet, but usually on Sunday mornings to wake up my family. That's all I can really do. But yeah, it's primarily piano and keyboards, but we really just recently, in the last 5 or 6 years, decided, hey, let's go back and explore that music that was so popular during World War II, and all the way, and even now, Michael Bublé and Harry Connick have really resurrected that music, and so we do a lot of those songs like World on a String and Beyond the Sea, and a lot of those tunes that were so popular back then.
It's always a pleasure to have you in town, and people are always coming up to me and asking me little factoid snippets from Intelligence of Your Life, and I'm like, that's not me. I'm not that guy. So I guess you
either. Yeah, we do. And people think that when I was saying it's not me, is because we have so many researchers that work on the show. But people think I've memorized it. It's like back when I was doing Entertainment Tonight, people thought I'd memorized a celebrity birthday, so they would come up to me in the airport and say, "Hey, when's Phil Collins' birthday?" I'm like, I have no idea. Sorry.
You got me on that one. Yeah, keep up all the many things you're doing. You're a busy guy and a very successful
that's
one.
Great.
So
great. Thanks so much for the help, and we'll see you guys May 13th.
Sounds like a plan, John. Thanks for your time this morning.
Thanks, bud.
It is 6:59. Let's go over to Joe Myra and get the Lite Rock Entertainment news. What's the word?
The Atlantic